Hey everybody, Tulsa Music Stream here. Just wanted to get online just so we can say Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. I wanted to say thank you for always checking in on with us on our interviews and joining us in the chat room during our live streams. We really appreciate you guys, all of your hearts, likes, and all that good stuff. You know, we could not do the show without you guys, and we appreciate each and every one of you. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you haven't hit subscribe on YouTube, we'd appreciate that. And we just did a live stream on TikTok. We're close to 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we're trying to go live as well as on TikTok with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And Jana here wants to say Merry Christmas to you guys as well.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks again for all of the amazing support that you've given to the show over the last few years. 2023 was an amazing year. We were just looking over the past videos, the roster of who all has been on here, and it's really astounding. It's amazing that we've gotten to talk to so many influential key guys that have been not just in 80s rock, but some newer rock as well. Obviously 80s is our wheelhouse. That's what we cover mostly, but it's just been astounding. Joey Allen mentioned the other night about just how much things have changed.
Now, who's Joey Allen? Who's that guy?
Joey Allen of Warrant. Did I say something wrong? Oh, he freaked me out. He mentioned the other night about just how much things have changed. Back in the day, the way the artists really prospered was album sales and obviously concert ticket sales. Things are different now, and the way, a small way that we fans can give back to the bands that are still out there grinding it and making a living at it is to give them platforms like this show and other shows that do what we do, where they can come and tell their stories and keep everybody apprised of what activities they have going on, new albums coming out, where they're going to be playing live. So we are so honored to be part of just carrying that torch and carrying on their legacy and giving them a platform to speak. I personally have learned so much about so many different artists. It's been really eye-opening. I mean, I thought I knew things and have found out that I really didn't. And it's been very educational. And we look forward to just continuing this journey with these artists in 2024. And we can't do it without your support.
That's right. And, support is everything for almost anything. So, yeah, we do deeply appreciate each and every one of you guys. For those who've sent stars or any of that stuff, all those little things always helps us keep going and keeping this alive. And we each time that we do one of these interviews, one of these live streams, it's always an honor and fun to see everyone's messages and comments in the chat room and everything, and we love to join in on some of those, and we always go back and read them after an interview, because sometimes we get stuck talking to them and we don't get to concentrate too much on the chat room. But it's cool to go back and read a lot of that stuff and the questions that you people ask. And there's been times that we've been kind of been stuck in an interview, and it's been questions from the chat room that kind of keeps the interview going. So
yes.
We do appreciate that, and we hope you enjoy your holiday season. It's Christmas Eve, and tomorrow's the big day in Christmas. And there was two things that I asked for Christmas, and everything else is just icing on the cake. But one was the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Miami Dolphins today, and then my second present were for the Philadelphia Eagles to lose tomorrow, and that's just it.
Wow, that's all you want?
Yeah, or was the Eagles playing today? I forget.
I don't remember either. We're focusing.
Oh, maybe that's tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyway, I mean, well, can I take your gift back to the store and get a refund?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. I wish I would have known that's all you wanted. I would have. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you again, you all. One thing I want to encourage you guys to do. You are a key element of our show. Without you guys, we have nothing. Drop us an email, tulsamusicstream@gmail.com, if you'd like to maybe see certain guests. I mean, getting them is easier said than done. A lot of times you just have to find that right person to contact to get the artist to buy on and say, yeah, I'll come on with those guys. But, let us hear your voice. Let us hear what you want to see in the show going forward. Maybe things you'd like to see done differently. I can't promise you that we're going to, take every idea that we get, but we are certainly open to hearing how you think the show can be better. Always wanting to grow, always wanting to progress and get to that next level. Quite frankly, he and I are getting older, and our time of being able to go out and play live every weekend, I don't know how much longer we can do that, but we can certainly do this going forward for many, many years, and that's my hope, and can't do it without you all.
Yeah, and there's a link on our Facebook page if you guys ever want to get a T-shirt, a Tulsa Music Stream T-shirt, and help some of our people who help us out, like the Tulsa Music Stream T-shirts. It's one of our sponsors, and that helps them and it helps us. And
Identity merch.
Yeah, Identity merch is Todd Cook has been with us almost from day one.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all of our sponsors for helping us out and carrying on. But you can definitely order a T-shirt, and that always helps us and our sponsors. So it's always, and it looks cool. It looks cool.
It does. I need to get a new one. Mine's all beat up and worn out. I wear it all the time. But yeah, definitely, we really appreciate your support. Again, let us hear your voice. Let us know what you want to see on the show going forward. Without you, we have nothing. Whether it be this stream or our band or anything. I mean, it takes a village, as they say, to make things grow and prosper. So we totally appreciate you. Before we go off, I don't know if you've had a chance to reflect on this, but looking back over the last year, is there maybe one or two interviews that stuck out to you as being your favorite or maybe the most insightful?
Always the last one is always the one that sticks in my mind.
It was
the
a good
most,
one.
because it's just like a day ago, and so that's the one I remember the most.
Right. It's not to say they weren't all great, because they were.
Actually, they were all there. A lot of them were cool. Most of them have been pretty cool. There may have been one or two that were kind of dry, and their humor was a little off, or whatever it may have been. Or maybe we just didn't have the right attitude ourselves. But for the most part, I think like 95%, they were all great.
When have we ever come on here with the wrong attitude?
Well,
what do you
like
mean?
if we're like coming in late from work, coming in late from work, and we're
I got you. A little bit rattled.
And things like that,
Okay, yeah.
But and they're just like, oh shit, or you forget things, or you forgot something at work or whatever. But and then then you got to scramble for questions and stuff.
Yeah, funny you say. I must admit, when Joey corrected me a couple nights ago about that he had done some of the solos on the first couple albums, that was a revelation to me, and I was a little embarrassed. But he didn't make me feel bad. I just felt bad that. Because, you hear an interview that those guys didn't do all the solos, and you kind of buy into that. Yeah. And then the artist comes on and says, no, that's not quite how that went down. But, hey, I mean, again, it's, we're into music. We're into these guys and their history and their story. And he had his platform to set the record straight. So, to me, that's like part of the goal of what we're doing. Give these guys a platform. They have a story to tell, and it's fascinating.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, so follow us on Twitter. We're at TUL Music Stream on Twitter, and make sure you hit like and follow our page on Facebook, Tulsa Music Stream on Facebook. That's where our core of our followers are from, and that's our biggest chat room. And of course, YouTube, Tulsa Music Stream on YouTube. Hit subscribe and.
Yep.
And we're trying to get to 1,000 on that page, and all their other ones like TikTok and Instagram and places like that. And of course, all of our audio platforms like Spotify and Amazon and Apple Podcast and Google and all that stuff. If you're in there driving in your car and you got a long drive to work or a vacation or something like that, if you're bored and you want something different to listen to and you haven't listened to our last episode, just search Tulsa Music Stream on your favorite podcast like Spotify or whatever, and hopefully it will pop up and listen away.
What a cool thing. Roger Seago is on here and just sent us 20 stars. I mean, thank you, man. That's so cool. Again, we can't do it without y'all. You guys make it all happen. And thank you, buddy. That's so kind of you to do that. We really are trying to do good things here. I mean, it's not earth shattering or anything what we're doing, but this is our passion.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science, but this is our passion. And again, this is going to be an awesome way for he and I to age and yet stay involved in music and keep flying the flag for the artists that are out there. You know, we primarily do national artists. We are not opposed to putting a local artist on from time to time. So if you guys want to come on, let us know. If we can work it in the schedule, we certainly will. We're happy to help fly the flag for our local artists as well. It's just as things have progressed and we've gone along, we've had a vision and the vision has grown. And, it's really exciting when these guys that are running these national publications are contacting us and saying, hey, we published your interview on our site. Great job. Nothing feels better than that. So, we're just couple of music nerds trying to do something that is successful and a good product for you guys. So
we appreciate you guys, and the cool thing about this stream is it's not about us, even though we got the cameras and all that stuff, but it's more about promoting others, and that's the cool thing about it. And by doing so, hopefully it helps us grow, and that way we can continue to help promote others, and that's what our goal is the cool thing about the national artists is that that those get picked up from national music sites, and so when that happens, more people from all over the world will find us, and we can get more views that way, and more subscribers and followers that way. So that's the grand scheme of things is the building, and hopefully that continues. So we'll see you guys in 2024.
We will. Hey, I'm glad I popped up the chat screen because I wouldn't have seen this YouTube comment we have. And please forgive me if I'm butchering your name. It's either Kevin Agee or Kevin Agee. He has a question. He says, do you ever see Tulsa's own Joshua Jones catching on with any national artist? I was hoping Josie Scott would give him a shot. I totally see that happening. I mean, anybody who's ever watched Josh play knows that he is a special talent. He's at a level that not many of us achieve with our chops. But as we know, as you hear a lot of these national artists that come on and they tell their stories, so often, talent has to be there, but so often it's about being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people, knowing the right contact to get into that opportunity. Josh can 100% do that.
But the thing is he's will be leaving and going to Nashville, so hopefully that's where he can, thrive a little bit better. And he's gonna have to want it and work for it.
And you got to understand too. I don't know the ins and outs of the whole situation. Josh he's a shredder. He can play anything. Josie Scott and Saliva, I'm not saying that they wouldn't take a shredder into their lineup, but I kind of see Josh thriving in a band setting where there's more like shred type solos going on. I think Saliva's kind of got the cool heavy music, but it's not so much focused on shredding guitar. Still has solos and stuff, but I just personally speaking, I see Josh thriving in a band setting where he gets to kind of let that shredding ability shine a little bit more, if you know what I mean. That's not to downput anybody. It's just you have one genre here and one genre here. So What else we got going? Roger has a comment here. You guys are welcome. Keep up the great work of not only covering Tulsa music community, but introducing it to those outside of the area. Looking forward to your next year. Thank you, sir. That's so nice. We definitely hope to see things grow. Kevin again says, looking ahead, any major tours announced coming through Tulsa or hope will come through Tulsa? Who would you like to see, like major tour wise, if we could get one through here? Do you have any? Does anybody pop out in mind?
Well, it seems like a lot of them are retiring these days, at least some of the bands that I like.
Yeah.
But you know,
Man,
now that it's kind of wide open, and touring is so now more expensive than it ever was.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of reasons why our ticket prices are so high and everything. So I have none that I would think that I don't know as far as what I would want. Because a lot of my guys are kind of
done already,
getting to be retired and
Yeah.
leaving. So a lot of the new music and stuff that's going on today, I'm not really familiar with a lot of it.
Me too.
So as far as a big act, I mean, you still got your Slipknots and hell, I don't even know what's going on with those guys anymore. It seems like they're losing a lot of members too. But
I don't know. I wish we had a better answer for you. I'm like him. I'm out of touch with new music. That's my fault. I just kind of like what I like and cling on to that and watch for those guys. And the guys that I like that are still active out there, I wouldn't call it a major tour. They'll come through and do a local casino, kind of like what Warrant and Winger are getting ready to do. But nothing sticks out in mind as far as major tour that I would like to see come through here. I just hope people will support live music. I hope they will at whatever level, whether it be at your local bar and club level or the national acts. I just hope that Tulsa will continue to support that.
Yeah. I like to see more festivals.
Yeah.
We got the Rocklahoma, and I wouldn't mind like a festival, like we had Streets Gone Wild type thing,
fun.
or even different ones, but some different locations, different sites around here.
Yeah.
That seems to be, because you can kind of go in there and you can pick a day that you want to go, or if you want to go for 2 days or 3 days, and just go and have a good time. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I would like to see more festival type settings.
We've talked about this a lot, and festivals lend themselves to it. Allows the artists that are participating in that festival, it gives them a better chance of success, because what you're doing is you're pulling this band's fan base in and this band's fan base in. I think that's why a lot of times when you see local shows come through, you'll see several local bands opening for that national act, and that's because the promoters are smart and they think, let's get these guys fans to come in, and you add it up, and then your room is full, and it's a successful night for everybody. I think the same can be said for the festivals. I'm with you 100%. Those are always fun too.
Yeah, and our goal is to try to stay national acts and as far as our interviews, local here and there is fine. They just it just doesn't. It's hard to get a lot of views that way unless they can like get their fan base to come and help it out. It just seems like a lot of people don't know. Don't know certain people, so they won't chime in, and it makes it difficult. So what we try to do is we try to get the national artists to help build our subscribers and our followers, and then once we get that built, then we can start bringing in some locals to hopefully be seen. But if they come in and 5 people are in the chat room, it doesn't help us and it doesn't help them very much. So
and one thing we discovered early on, I mean, when the pandemic had everything locked down, our views were astronomical, through the roof. And then we kind of, we were doing the local artists, and one thing we started to realize was happening, and this is no slight to anybody, it makes sense. That local artist would come on, and the people that liked them would watch, and then they'd kind of, the artist and the people would sometimes disappear. Maybe that's not to put anybody down. It's just that's who people were interested in. Well, that's when he and I kind of started realizing, I think for the good of the show, so the show itself can grow and expand its fan base, we need to start pulling in national artists that have wider levels of support. So I don't ever want anyone to think, oh, Scott and Jana forgot about the local artists. We didn't. We're just trying really hard to build the show and develop a large core segment that comes in and supports it no matter who is on the show. So I hope that makes sense. But we're always pulling for our local boys and gals, and they're out there grinding it and working hard in the clubs every week. God, I don't know if people realize how hard bands around here work. I mean, you got guys like Steve McCabe. They've been doing this for years and years and years. And it's just work. It's work, and you grind it out. Even Joey Allen from Warrant said it the other night. We were talking about the track thing. He said, you cover bands that are busting your ass, you get a pass on tracks. So everybody understands how hard our local artists are working. And man, we totally support you guys. But just want everybody to understand why we decided to expand, because it's for the good of the show to build as big a core audience as we possibly can.
Yeah. But thanks everybody for tuning in and checking in with our stream for the day. We want to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and let's go after 2024.
Yep.
And in this 2023 with a bang. So you guys enjoy your Christmas weekend.
Yep. Merry Christmas from Tulsa Music Stream. We will be back on air soon. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.